There are places in the labyrinth where the world stops pretending to be solid, where the ground dissolves, the sky loosens, and reality slips into something half awake. The Pale Lantern Marsh is one of those places. It begins with a boat, a small, fragile vessel drifting through waters too still to be trusted. No path, no destination, just murky depths, and the faint glow of a lantern too weak for the darkness is trying to hold back. Every paddle strokes steers the swamp like you're walking through something that's asleep. The air hangs heavy in your lungs, thick with rot, decay, and other old dreams swallowed whole from this place. Reeds scrape against the hull like fingers. Eyes, yellow, unblinking, watch you from the blackness. Not hostile, not curious, just aware of your presence. And then the sound of a roar. A single sound that tears through the marsh like a screaming, rippling, evil force from the earth itself. It hits your chest hard enough to shake something loose in your bones. The marsh shudders for a moment. The world denies her comfort. The moon above you casts a pale glow across the water, yet even the light itself feels uneasy here, as if it's trespassing. Trees with skeletal roots cling to the banks like they're afraid to fall in. The water slaps against the boat in a rhythm that feels too deliberate to be alive. Every ripple whispers a warning you can't quite translate. You drift deeper beyond safety into certainty, into a marsh that feels like the memory of a nightmare you don't recall having. Somewhere in the darkness, something calls, not in words, but in sounds not meant for mortal ears. A language that makes the reeds sway even when the wind stands still. Boat moves without your permission, carried by a current that does not exist. Shadows stirs, something brushes the underside of the hull, something with weight, and then the frog. A massive shape bursting from the water, its huge eyes glowing like lanterns. Not a threat, not a guardian, just a witness, as if it's been 1,000 lost wanderers drifting in these waters, and 1,000 more who never came back. Ruined houses tilt forward towards the marsh, begging for answers they'll never receive. Islands of tall grass, shipped as though hiding something that chooses not to be seen. The sky dims, darkens, tightens around you. Even the stars feel farther away. You paddle because there is nothing else to do. You drift because the marsh demands it. But then the clouds part. Moonlight bleeds across the surface of the water, revealing a world holding its breath. Shadows move along the shoreline. Bubbles rise from the depths. Something watches, and when your lantern flickers, you see her, a water fairy, emerging from its depths, glowing with a quiet, ancient light, a warmth so gentle it almost feels like forgiveness. Her smile isn't human, it's older than that, wiser than that. It pulls at something deep inside you, a part you haven't touched since the world itself was formed. For a moment, the dread fades. The marsh softens. The water becomes a cradle inside of a grave, and then you realize it's a place built from fear, shadows, and forgotten things. This one being chooses to shine. Its pale lantern marsh isn't a swamp, it's a threshold, a test of some sort. A reminder that even in the most suffocating corners of the labyrinth, a single light, no matter how pale, can still shape the darkness around it. Thank you so much for joining me here today. It really means a lot to me knowing that there are fans of this game and fans of my work. The Labyrinth of Time's Edge is a passion project, a game written in QBasic that's open sourced and free for the world. Thank you for joining me. Link in the description below to download the game. It's optional to donate if you want. Patreon link in the description below as well. It's optional to join. If you join, that's great. Welcome to the team. If not, that's great too. Enjoy the party. With that being said, good night.